It's Saturday morning and it is Memorial Day weekend, and I am so excited because I need a few days at home. I'm off on Monday, so I have
Monday.
Yay! So I have
Taco Tuesday.
Taco Tuesday. I have a 3-day weekend, and I plan on cleaning and just catching up on stuff that I have been so far behind on. We are officially moved out of our apartment, so all of our stuff is over here, which is great because I have just been needing to like get this house organized. So I kind of wanted to do like a cabin weekend style vlog. If you're not familiar with cabin weekend and what I mean by that, basically, my husband and I a few years ago had rented a cabin for a weekend, just kind of like a little weekend trip, and it was about $200 a night. And by the time the trip was all said and done, it was like $1,000, just because of like renting the cabin for a couple of nights and like the gas to get there and like the food and everything. And when we were done, my husband was like, I had a lot of fun, but he's like, I felt like we spent a lot of money just to kind of sit around a cabin and not really do anything. He's like, these are all things that we could have done at home, because all we did was like cook and watch movies and just kind of hang out this, with this in this cabin. And so he's like, we should like start doing this more just at home and not spending the money. And so we came up with the phrase like, we're gonna have a cabin weekend, which means we're just gonna stay in all weekend. We're gonna do things around the house. We're gonna watch movies. We're gonna bake. We're gonna cook at home, and we're just gonna kind of like hunker down for the weekend. And so I really want to do that this weekend. Except I do have a few errands I need to run. I need to go by UPS and return our books. We have our rentals for this semester that I need to return, as well as I need to go by Comcast and return my cable or internet box. And then I also need to go by our apartment, because since we're officially out of the apartment, I need to return the keys and things like that. So why don't you guys hang out with me? Okay, so now we're back at our apartment. Again, I need to return some stuff. So in my bag over here, it's like a garage door opener, and then these are like the 2 access cards to get into like the computer room and like workout room after hours, and then the keys, and then the gate opener upper thing. So there's 2 of those, as well as I have a check that I need to give them. Apparently there was a our final rent bill. We had a credit that I thought was just because I had paid over a little bit throughout the year. So there's a little bit of a credit on my last balance, but apparently that was like miscalculated. So I owed them like $75, which is kind of my point about having a few extra bucks in your checking account that you need to budget for, just for little things like that, because this was a $75 charge that I wasn't expecting. But since I usually keep an overage of $200 to $400, $500 in our checking account every month, it covers stuff like this. So yeah, this is like the main lobby area. Getting some water, buddy? So pretty fancy. Again, this is like the main club lounge area. Really nice fireplace. And then the pool outside. Oh, I could totally lay out there today.
Just swim out there.
You gonna miss this place, Connor?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's the last time we're here.
Just like we was here.
Yeah.
And I was little.
Yeah.
We always stay in this
Very
room.
nice. Okay, say bye. Say bye to the apartment.
Bye.
No more apartment. Say bye.
Bye.
Since I'm on this side of town returning this cable box or internet box to Comcast, I wanted to share something kind of cool with you guys. Now, I live in Southeast Houston, Texas. I probably mentioned that before. And back in the early 80s, there was a film that John Travolta was in called Urban Cowboy that was filmed in Pasadena, Texas. And so I just want to kind of show you guys, if you're familiar with the movie, that this is the location of where the club was and where they filmed the movie. It's now owned by Pasadena High School. This is like some kind of building that they built. I'm not sure what it was. It was actually on this particular lot right here for the longest time after the movie was filmed, and then they shut it down. I believe there's some financial issues, and they wound up shutting it down, and then it caught on fire, and it was here for the longest time. And here in the last like 5 years, I believe, is when they officially tore it down. But if you haven't seen the movie, you really should. It's awesome. And this is Spencer Highway over here. It's the entire movie was filmed in this area, so it's really, really neat. So again, if you're a fan of the movie like I am, this is just so cool to see where Gilley's was, the Gilley's the club. So I just think that's really interesting. So again, if you're interested in that movie, if you like it, you should definitely appreciate this because I think it's cool. Okay, so we are back and we are hanging some new lights underneath our carport because ones that are under there didn't work. So now, bought some new ones and they are working. Nice, nice. It'll make crawfish night a lot more pleasant, huh, honey?
Make everything more pleasant.
Yeah.
Especially work on the car night.
Okay, guys, this may sound silly, but I'm having a little no moment. Looking at these lights, they look awesome, but then they're highlighting these two beautiful cars that are totally paid off. We own them. I just think it's so awesome. You know. Okay, so while the husband is finishing outside, I am going to make a cake. Now, like I said, one of the rules of Cabin Weekend is that you're supposed to bake something. So I have decided to bake a chocolate cake, which is just, I use Devil's Food cake, with peanut butter frosting. Now, I love making frosting. Frosting is actually one of the most easiest things to do with baking. It is like so not difficult. And one of my most favorite things in the world beyond my fanny pack is when you take butter and you let it soften at room temperature. I just love it so much. I just took this out, so it'll probably be a little bit longer until it's softened, but it's the most simplest thing. So it's peanut butter, like buttercream icing. So it's 1 stick of butter with equal amounts of just regular peanut butter. So I just use a Great Value creamy. It tastes just like Jif to me. And just a little bit of powdered sugar. I don't necessarily measure the powdered sugar. I just kind of pour it in and I'll taste it as I'm mixing it to see like the consistency, whether or not it needs a little bit more. And if it does, if I put like too much powdered sugar, it's not a big deal because I can just add a little bit more peanut butter just to kind of even it out. And then maybe a little bit of splash of milk and just the tiniest pinch of salt. And that's it. It's the most amazing frosting. It is just so good and it's just so easy. I honestly could make an entire batch of it and just take a spoon and go sit down on the couch and watch Titanic or something. Like, it is awesome. So I'm gonna get started with this and I am so excited. Okay, so they're all done. And as you can tell, I've made these in 2 separate containers. I've showed this little trick before on Instagram. I actually freeze one of these because we're not big, you know, on eating just a ton of sweets. Like, I'll make all this and probably have like 1 or 2 slices and be done. So I'll freeze one and save it for a later date, and then I'll frost this one. So I'm gonna let these cool, and then I'll frost one and I'll enjoy a slice. And that's probably it for tonight. We're just gonna watch a movie and head to bed. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Say bye. Hey guys, so it's Sunday morning and we just got back from church, and I'm making some lunch right now, and after lunch I am going to start tackling this house. This house is a disaster. I think because I've just been so preoccupied with getting our apartment clean and emptied, I have really been, oh, he's giving me a shot. I've really been avoiding, or just not avoiding, but just not taking care of things here. And so now that we're officially out of there, I have no more excuses. It's time to start focusing on this house. So my goal is to completely get this room totally emptied, and mop the floors and just clean it. Again, paint the walls. It's just so terrible right now. It looks so bad. So yeah, so again, that is my goal, is to get this house in shape. So I'm off all day today. I have all day tomorrow to do this, and so I definitely want you guys to come along with me.
Cabin roof is leaking and there's nobody speaking. It's been a crazy weekend in the woods. We're locked taking a flight, naked in the moonlight, and you wander all through the night. Well, how do you feel? Oh, how do you feel like the world?
Okay, so got some chili in the sink with some nice hot water, trying to get it to thaw out a little bit. This has been in our freezer for a while. So along with this, we're also going to have some grilled cheese sandwiches, and that's dinner for tonight. For now. So I just kind of wanted to show you guys real quick what I purchased from the Dollar Tree earlier when I went. Some parchment paper. I've never used this brand before, so I'm curious to see how it works, as well as a basting brush. I'm going to make a really awesome garlic bread. I might do a video on it. It just depends. I'm probably going to make it tomorrow, but I needed a brush to brush over the garlic butter, as well as a spaghetti noodle scooper thing and a spatula. Again, all $1 from Betty Crocker. So it seems like it's a pretty decent brand, so we'll see. And as well as I purchased this, which I was really surprised with. This is glass with it's like a little metal lid, and it has a, I don't know if you can see it, like a seal to keep it fresh. So I usually keep some salt next to the stove whenever I'm cooking. And so I saw that, and again for $1, I was really happy with that. As well as this container where you keep oil in, again only for $1. So they had oil and they also had vinegar, so I was really happy with both of those. But anyway, so we are going to get cooking. It's about 5 o'clock right now, and I'm going to go ahead and end this vlog. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye.